Hi everyone, welcome to Cancer Healing Journey Talks. Myself Sonali Modi from Community Outreach Team of ZenOnco.io and Love Heals Cancer. We guide cancer patients on adopting an integrative oncology treatment approach. We help them find the balance between medical treatment and complementary treatment approaches. We help our patients with our team of oncologists, lab experts, nutritionists, and other healthcare professionals so that we can improve the treatment outcome for patients. We also help in connecting patients with other cancer warriors to address their queries. And we also share inspirational journeys to motivate cancer warriors who are going through this journey currently. So, firstly, I would like to introduce you to today's speaker, Miss Angelina. She's a cancer warrior. I'm happy that you're here with us today to share your story. So, over to you, Angelina. Please start with the introduction.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm truly honored that you asked me to do this. So I'm like super happy to be here and, share my journey and talk about it and, the ups and the downs and, staying strong and getting through it.
Yeah. So, what made you go for the diagnosis and what were the initial symptoms?
So I had zero symptoms. The only reason that I noticed is one day I just had a lump on my left breast that's never been there before. And I actually felt it against my arm. I didn't even feel it with my fingers. It wasn't there. And then next, it was. And my husband, I ran upstairs, I remember, and my husband felt it and his face went white and we made an appointment. And then within the 2 days later, I went to my appointment and they put me through the whole thing, like pap smears to mammogram, to ultrasound, to biopsy, all in one day. And then 2 days later, they called me to let me know I had tested positive for breast cancer.
Yeah.
So, and then it was like a whirlwind of appointments for the next 10 days.
So, can you share how this news was disclosed to you and your family?
It was shocking and, scary. It was super scary. And, there was definitely a lot of tears shed and, and it was, it's something that you never think, I'm only 36 years old and I actually tested negative for the BRCA gene. So it was very, shocking, and it was eye-opening that, this could happen. And actually my cousin was 36 when she tested positive for breast cancer also 2 years ago. So I definitely spoke to her and reached out to her a lot, and, it helps talking to other people and it helps calm me down just a little bit, because it was terrifying.
Yeah.
I didn't know before. Sorry.
Yeah. So how did you all face it?
It's okay. This is what we have to do, and what's next. And my team I'm working with, they were great. They just set up all the appointments for me, and I just went to each one. Between all the scans and MRIs, and you don't realize how many appointments that you have. It kept me so busy that I didn't really have time to react. I was just reacting like, okay, we're doing this, and now on to this next one. All right. And I think for me, getting set up for chemo. So one thing about me, what a lot of people don't know, if I can share, is when my biopsy came back, I actually first tested for triple negative breast cancer. And, it's something that we didn't want to hear because, the treatment that goes into that and how long it is and the survival rate. And, I definitely cried a lot that day. And, I shared it on Instagram and with everybody. And I had a lot of people praying for me, and, and out of nowhere, my doctor, he's like, but we're going to retest the tissue because you're right on the cusp of it. So I just asked him to retest another tumor. And sure enough, 10 days later, he called me back and he said, you came back HER2 positive. And it was just like, oh my God, really? And he told me this never happens. And he actually said to me, he's like, someone's looking out for you. And a lot of people, are have your back right now. So, so just a reason to not give up hope in that, and just think positively.
Yeah, because positive mindset helps a lot in healing faster during those days.
Definitely. It's a positive, okay, not dwell on it. This happened. This is our scenario. What do we got to
do? So what treatment did you underwent?
So right now, I am in chemo. I'm getting Perjeta, Taxol, and Carvol. So I am in 12 rounds. I just had my 10th round today, and it's once a week is what I'm doing. And then, so I have my next 2 rounds. So my last day of this regimen is on December 21st. And then I start on to my next rounds. I'm going to be doing 17 rounds of every 3 weeks with Herceptin and Perjeta. And then I have surgery scheduled for February 21st. So we're going to do the double mastectomy and all that. And it's going to be, and I'm going straight into reconstructive. So it's like a 10-hour surgery. So they're going to remove the tumors, test the lymph nodes, because I'm actually, so I have, I'm stage 3A. So I'm stage 3A cancer. And my tumor was at 5.4 centimeters. It was really big. And then it's also, I have 4 lymph nodes that they can see right now that have it. So they're going to test my lymph nodes as well. And then we're going to go right straight into reconstructive surgery.
Yes. So like chemotherapy is a very tough routine. So can you share your experience, how you coped with it and what all difficulties you faced during the treatment?
Yeah, so I'm actually, what my doctor said, I kind of got all my symptoms right away. So, I got all the side effects. So the side effects I'm experiencing are very like the TMI, but I'll share them with you because I believe people need to know, so I had bloody noses was one of them, constipation into diarrhea, mouth sores I've experienced as well. But the thing that the prescription they gave me for them helped a lot. Nausea, but I am not throwing up. The Zofran and the Compazine are actually working really well. So I'm not vomiting. So I got lucky on that end. Chemo brain, I forget. I get confused. I put all the beans away where the pots and pans go. I don't remember doing that. Put my phone in the dishwasher on accident. I'm going through that. And I do have blurry vision. So it doesn't last very long. It comes on for about like 20 seconds and then I just blink it away. Body aches, definitely a lot of body aches. My husband has been great. And, I'm just trying to listen to the doctors and stay motivated and, to get through it. I'm very tired and fatigued. I definitely get winded, going up and downstairs because I do live in a 2-story home, unfortunately, through this. But I haven't lost my appetite. I'm still hungry. I lost some pounds in the middle of it, like around round 5, when unfortunately the diarrhea was really bad. I dropped about 14 pounds in a month. But I'm starting to see that come back now. And then obviously loss of hair. I did retain my eyebrows and eyelashes so far, but I'm sure those will be next to go. But, I'm just wearing it loud and proud. And I think what's helping me a lot, honestly, is being so vocal and transparent in my journey and sharing it on Instagram and my social media platforms. It's almost like my little journal, and it's my way to say how I'm feeling. And I share both. I share because, like I said, prior to this, I had no clue how many appointments this is and all the different types of chemotherapy. And it's so confusing and it's so much information that you have to rely on your MyChart or your documents and printouts, and want to make sure my husband's there so he can hear too, because he might pick up something I didn't. So it's just a lot of like information at once. So, and I think documenting everything right away and writing it down has really, really helped me to express myself and make me not feel alone, because the more I talk about it, the more people reach out.
Yeah. So, during such times, it's very important to have a sound support system. So who was your support system along with the family?
I think everyone, because I am being so vocal. So another thing I do is whenever I get a new update, I write it on my phone in my notes. I write what my update was, what they told me, like from treatment to where, okay, because stuff turns and changes. Like you might have a plan listed, but then maybe you're not reacting a certain way they wanted to, and they like alter it. So I put it in my notes and I do a copy paste and I send it to my family and friends. But I have a huge support system. I'm very lucky. My husband obviously is like my biggest one, my complete rock. My mother, my aunt sends me prayers and messages every single day. My friends like take turns on and off taking me to chemo and hanging out with me along with my family. My family mostly lives an hour away. They come up every Sunday to see me because I get sick. So my day of chemo, I'm not sick. I actually have the most energy because I think all the hydration and the antihistamines and steroids. And then by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's my roughest day, Saturday's bad. Sunday, touch and go, but by Monday, Tuesday, I start feeling better. So, I get the most visits on Sunday, but it's very important to make sure that you're not alone and that you're talking about it. And I do share if I'm having a bad day with people, because just hearing those words and having people tell you they love you and you can do this is so helpful in this journey, because I need to hear that, because you do have your bad days where you get depressed and down, and you have to remind yourself not to do that. And I had friends, like one of my other friends, she sent me this book called Love Talks by Cleo Wade, and it's all inspirational, and it's about overcoming journeys and being confident and keeping your mindset there. So my support system is very strong. I'm very fortunate, but like I said, though, I'm also very vocal about it.
So like, what do people need to expect when they get this cancer type?
They need to expect a roller coaster. There's ups and downs, and, and it's okay to share your bad days and to be honest and to talk about it, because you're going to have them. And I can't sit here and say I haven't had them, because I do. When you have those days where you wake up and your body hurts and you're tired and you can't even get out of bed, but then you've got to run to the bathroom every couple hours because you're getting sick. It's defeating, but you got to remind yourself this is, a moment in time. But what you can expect is a lot of appointments and chemo. I had no clue chemo 6 hours long. That was like, shocking to me, and then you got to expect to get your blood drawn a lot, so you're going to get poked a lot. I'm also on a hormone blocker. They're blocking my hormones for 5 years because I'm estrogen sensitive. So I'm getting a lot of hot flashes from that, and some mood swings. I'm sensitive. I cry at like commercials. Like I'll see like a funny story and I'll still cry at it because it makes me happy. So expect that. Expect, to be scared, because it is scary, and it's okay to be scared because it's a human emotion. So, but just know that, you're just move forward. I keep telling myself that on the days that I'm like, okay, this is a blimp in time. And I think about where I was a year ago. I was like, man, I remember complaining that I had to work Black Friday, and that seems so long ago now. And that seems so minimal to what I'm going to. So in a year from now, I'll have everything I've documented and written down to look back on and remember and be like, I went through that, but I got through it.
Yeah. So, often women prioritize other things rather than their own body. So they often don't do regular self-examinations. So what do you think is the importance of self-examinations, and why?
I think it's important to do, like they talk about the first of the month, and actually to know the symptoms, to look at it. Because like I said, prior to this, I didn't know 1 in 8 women get breast cancer. Now that blew my mind. I had no clue. And that most women under the age of 40 tend to come back with a higher stage of cancer. So I think it's super important to do the finger check all the time and look for the different signs that are there. But my story, I didn't have anything else. I didn't have the dimple skinned. I didn't have the rash, So I think it's super important. Like I'm telling all my friends, go get your mammogram. Don't wait on that, because look at me. I didn't have any other symptoms, and I didn't demand that because I didn't know. And actually my friend got diagnosed 5 weeks ago because she felt a lump and had been seeing my stories, and it told her to go. And sure enough, she also has stage 3 cancer at 35, and it's real, it's happening, and it's happening often. And so it's just, don't be scared. I was terrified, but you have to go and you have to do it. And, and just for peace of mind. And, I can't express it enough, how many people have said that they've scheduled their mammogram now because I told them to. I'm like, don't wait till you're 40, go now.
Yeah. So did you make any lifestyle changes during after the treatment?
I guess food, because food's a big one. I had been craving things that I've never craved before. I almost compared it to a pregnant woman diet. I'm eating a lot of fruit and bananas. I can't have, I'm Hispanic, so I normally love to eat spicy food, but I can't eat it right now. I miss it. So that's going to be a reward for me when I can have it again after chemo. I'm only drinking water and tea that's unsweetened, no sodas or anything like that that's high in sugar. Gatorade, I'll drink Gatorade Zero or Pedialyte because hydration is important. So I'm drinking more water than I ever have in my life. drinking alkaline water, eating a lot of soup, things like that nature, but trying to eat as healthy as possible, because a healthy diet, does help for your mindset and everything like that goes into it. But like I said, food's been shocking because things do taste different. Like, certain things taste like metal to me or cardboard. Like rice for a little while tasted like cardboard and I couldn't eat it. But now for some reason it tastes good again. But as far as that, it's just about really having a healthy diet, healthy mindset, things that are feeding my body that are good for me. I'm only shopping organic to make sure. And then as far as meat goes, it needs to be grass fed. I want to be sure there's no antibiotics in it or anything pumped into, things like that. So I'm really, really paying attention to the labels. So no processed food, no fast food. I'm staying away from all of that.
Yeah. So what are the things that we often often we tend to ignore certain things, and that becomes a very major impact on our life. So there are days when you don't feel good, but you still have to get up and do things. So how do you motivate yourself on such days?
Oh, that's a good one. I was just talking because I was really good the first couple rounds. Like I was still like walking my dog and going to the mall and walking around. And then by like round 5, I was getting more and more tired and I was getting sicker. And then round 9 was rough for me. And it took everything in me just to get out of bed and walk downstairs. Even my little dog, I have a dog, and she kept getting the zoomies at night because she would just lay with me all day, and I have to remind myself, I can't, like, I need to get up and walk. So one thing we did is we booked a house in the desert to get me out in nature. We did an Airbnb out there that had a pool and a spa and and it was on like 5 acres, so I could walk around. It inspired me to get out in nature to do that, so I'm not staring at my 4 walls all day, because if you do that, that will depress you. I'm trying to give myself projects. So I decided I'm going to make jewelry. So all my turquoise just arrived. So that'll inspire me to go downstairs and go in the garage and do that. So I'm finding things that I've always been interested in doing because I have the time to do it right now because I'm not working and I'm doing it. And so, but what I told myself, it needs to be an active hobby. So find an active hobby that you want to do that'll make you get downstairs to do that. And then obviously like walking my dog, making plans with a friend just to go like on an easy nature hike, connecting with nature and getting outside, is super important. But it definitely was a challenge for me at first. And then my husband bought me a scooter so that way I can ride around town because we live by the ocean. We live in Orange County and, the ocean's like 10 minutes away from me. So, getting down there and just trying to stay active and, and just get my body moving. But like I said, it was hard. So I had to find a task that motivated me and that made me want to get out of bed.
Yeah. So like what all things helped you in your faster recovery?
I think my support system, number one, is strong, support system for sure. It's helped me being vocal about it and not hiding it, talking about it. Even if I can just touch one person, that's everything to me, like it just sharing it. And like I said, because before I was naive, I didn't know, like I had no clue what I was in for. And it was shocking, and getting out of your mind, and talking and, journaling and things like that. And I think just trying to have people keep me motivated too, and say, tell me the words I need to hear and listen to me and, make plans with me. Like my best friend's a photographer. We're going to shoot a warrior photo shoot. We're going to go out in the ocean and do it. So, or even just ordering a dress. I'm so excited for the dress to come in, this pink long dress that I'm going to wear, and, and getting up and putting on makeup because I'm bald now and my hair was really long. I'm, Hispanic and part Indian. I had long, thick hair. And that was hard, to lose that. And so, and as a woman, it's so difficult when it's something as minor as losing your hair. But, I do have wigs, but it's just like putting on makeup just to make sure I still feel like a woman, and doing routine stuff still, not straying from the routine and just giving up. I think that's just all what's helping me. And, counting down it like a checklist, like when you have a really busy day and you're so overwhelmed But if you make a checklist just by marking that one check off each time, you're like, okay, I did that. I completed that. So I did on my Instagram, I'm doing a countdown, like, okay, round 1, round 2, counting it down, you know, to each one, checking each treatment off, like I successfully did that. That's what's been helping me.
So
And then I
crisis,
booked, I booked a vacation, 2 of them to look forward to. We're going to Maui after surgery.
So every crisis in life teaches you a particular lesson. So what life lessons has this cancer journey taught you?
I have anxiety. So before, and what it's taught me is things that I worried about before don't really matter. They don't. Those minor things that you think are the end of the world, like it has shown me, wow, Angelina, that stuff was so minor compared to what people are going through in life, or compared to this, you know, what this is. And it was a huge thing for me. And all that went away. The day I heard I had breast cancer, anything that minor or work stuff related that I worried about just flew out the window. And it's like, your health is first, you know, being healthy and treating your body better and really watching what I eat. And, you know, and it taught me to call my dad more, call my grandma more, like, you know what I mean? Connect with my family. And like, it made me like, and it was hard because I hadn't seen my grandparents because of COVID, you know, and, you know, it just really showed me what truly is important in life. And, you know, and like I said, it was just that was a big thing for me. And, you know, and then obviously now I'm a full advocate. Don't wait till you're 40, go now, get your mammogram and, you know, get your BRCA test and just, you know, because this is real and this is out there. So like I said, if I can share my story and help one person, that's enough for me. But yeah, it definitely, my anxiety is like, wow, I used to worry about the most minor things, like, and now here I am like fighting for my life.
Yeah. So it is often said that gratitude seems to be the biggest strength to fight the situation. So what were you ever so grateful for that made you always calm down after thinking or revisiting that memory?
I'm sorry, like as far what am I so grateful for now?
Yeah, what you're grateful for after thinking of those memories which you have lived.
That I've lived. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for every day, you know, every day, and like every opportunity I've been given. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my doctors and nurses now. I'm grateful for the research that's going in, people like you and platforms like you. I'm grateful, you know, for all that, but I'm grateful for every moment and every day that I wake up now and I see the world differently, for sure. Like I understand who I was prior to this is not who I am coming out of this. I am a completely different person. I think completely differently now, and it's a more of a cup half full, positive thinking. Like if I can do this, I can do anything. So but I'm grateful for every moment I've had.
Yeah. So how is your life after cancer?
Different. My husband and I don't have kids. So we were what you would consider that couple that like we go on date nights. Often we travel a lot. We have a huge social circle. You know, my friends did a fundraiser for me and it was amazing. And I'm so grateful for them for that, because cancer is money. It's expensive in the USA, you know, but you know, I can't be in crowds now. You know, I definitely have to take it slower now. I've slowed down and I've really, you know, I'm reading again. And I'm learning, like I said, new hobbies now. And I'm, you know, watching more documentaries and, you know, so there's no date nights when I feel good, we do go, you know, but I'm not working right now. And I worked 6 days a week. I worked very hard. I worked a lot and 13-hour days, and I'm not going to do that anymore. You know, it's the quality of life is super important, but I've slowed down and I'm taking time now. Now I'm more present than I've ever been in my entire life.
Yeah. So an act of kindness that you will never forget.
Well, my friends coming together and doing that fundraiser for me, like, it was beyond. I mean, they had over like 36 businesses donate for a raffle, and the community, like the way the community donated and the way the venue donated a bunch of stuff, and they gave me a huge section, and the turnout was insane. And we hit our goal. They raised over $8,000 for me just at the fundraiser, and over 20,000 in total. I couldn't believe my friends just did that. And like, I remember walking into the room and seeing the balloons and the setup, and and just wow, like I just felt so touched and like so beyond floored and honored, and like I could cry to think about it, because it's like the love I felt in that moment, like truly touched me. It was beautiful. And I still get like flowers sent to me, and like gift boxes and care packages from my friends and family. And the community and my friends have just been unparalleled. Like it's I could never thank them enough. I'm getting emotional because it means the world.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
what do you think are the stigmas attached to cancer and the importance of awareness for it?
I think it needs to be talked about more. I think like it's such a scary topic that people are so hush hush and they don't talk about that. And that's not the route we need to go. We need to talk about it more, and we need to be vocal, and we need to be loud, because nothing's going to change. And research is it's so important. I donated blood. I did for research that's going on to differentiate between stages 3 and 4 cancer, and like what the big differences are. But I think the biggest one is, don't be afraid to talk about it, and don't be afraid to be honest and transparent, because like I didn't know. In 36 years of my life, I had no clue. And it's important. And I've had so many people write me and tell me like, you've inspired me, that, I never knew this. I'm learning so much from you. But I think the biggest one is, it's this big, scary word, but it needs to be brought to light.
Yes. So what is what message you would like to give to other cancer patients and survivors?
That we can do it. You can do it. And it's okay to have bad days, and it's okay, when you have good days, see the light in it, see the light at the end of the tunnel. And when you have bad days, tell someone you're having a bad day. Just get it out there. Like, I'll just post a story on Instagram, and I'll get so many people reaching out to me and making me feel better. I'll get people calling me, and you're not alone. And I think people think they're alone because they're scared or they're not feeling good. But I think the biggest reminder is, you're not alone in this. And once you start seeing the community out there, like the cancer support groups I'm in, and random cancer survivors that found me on social media that just talk to me all the time, it's so important to talk to people, like, and hear like, hey, did you experience this? And them to validate that feeling, like, yeah, I did experience this. I did have those days, like, to get the validation that this happened to me too. Like, it shows me I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that had to feel like that. So my biggest one is just say you're not alone, and you never are. And there's so many people, even outside of your friends and family, like I said, the kind strangers that have reached out to me, just the fellow survivors, or people going through the journey to talk to. Like, there's a huge community out there that will be there for you whenever you need them. I mean, I'm even talking to a girl in London, who's going through the same thing.
Yeah. So at ZenOnco.io, we work towards the betterment of cancer patients through integrative oncology approach. So what are your thoughts on the same, on what we are doing in terms of patient care?
I mean, I think it's fantastic. Like I said, when you reached out to me and you messaged me, and I went on the website and I looked into it, like, I'm so glad that there's support groups like you. And like, I'm truly honored that you reached out to me, and so I can speak about my story and share my journey, because it's so important for mental health. Like, mental health is a big thing that goes into when you're diagnosed, and and then the research part of it. Like, it's just thank you for doing what you're doing, because we need it.
Yeah. So if you have to sum up your journey in one sentence, then what would that be?
Wow. I guess the journey is a mountain, but you will reach the top. And once you reach the top, it'll be beautiful and you will come out a new person in the end.
Yeah.
But
So, you know, your story is really inspiring. And I hope this session really motivates people out there who are traveling or who have traveled to this journey. So it was lovely having you here today on the session with us, Angelina. So once again, thank you so much for your valuable time.
well, thank you again. And thank you again for asking me. It's truly like, I'm very grateful. Thank you.